What is up? It's your boy John and Shreve, IFBB Pro. So tell like it is. Welcome back to another voiceover. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I found this gem that I forgot to post a while ago, and here it is now. This is a shoulder exercise or workout that I put together that if you're looking to add a little bit of chest into your shoulder exercise and continuing having those 2 sets a week of chest into your routine, here's a way that you can do it with your shoulders. Now, we start off with shoulder press machines, some of my favorite machines. Again, when I'm using this machine here, my goal is to always control each part of the movement, the eccentric and the concentric. Again, when we're pressing and working hard, the bar speed will slow down. If your bar speed doesn't slow down, the intensity is not there. So if you're wondering how hard should you train, you should train as hard until you can see that the bar speed is slowing down. It's hard to control the negative, and it's hard to control the positive. Again, keeping our chest elevated and shoulders depressed while we're pressing. Now, if you see me spotting Caroline here, what I do is I let her control the negative, and then I help with the concentric. So if you're gonna help your partner in terms of spotting, control the negative, help them control the positive, and then let them control the negative. Now, here's my exercise I put into this workout, and this is mainly for Caroline because, again, for her, I want to make sure that we're continuing to build muscle around her upper pecs as well as her shoulders as well too.
It puts way more emphasis there.
Yeah.
Than it, so I wasn't doing it right. I can tell you that. Well, not right, but I wasn't letting the pressure sit there.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you said that,
you feel
so I took the grip off of here,
right, and
let it naturally open with that.
Yeah.
So it seems sometimes when you press with the hands,
shoulder.
Yeah, like it's in a totally different, but as soon as you and your palms open that little bit,
Yeah,
like,
everything else. I do the same thing.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to tell you, push it.
Exactly.
So this does a better job at getting there.
Because, you feel it. It sits in the right spot.
Right.
Almost with the other handles, it feels like it's going to roll on me, so I'm a little, but this it won't.
Yeah, that's one reason why they should probably, I mean, no one's gonna tell you, hey, by the way, you're doing cable flies, and you should hold it like,
Right. Yeah.
So basically what I was explaining. Yeah, as soon as
it comes back,
I feel it on my chest. So I'm not even putting.
That's me. I didn't put any pressure at all. And as soon as I didn't do that, it was here.
Yeah. So what I'm explaining basically is the handles that I have right here allow my hand to properly grip the handles, whereas the other handles, you basically are holding onto, and your wrist does these funky things where when you're using these handles, and you can do the same thing with the other D handles, is making sure that you're pressing through as if you're holding an actual bar, right? Most of the time we're just kind of gripping the handle and trying to pull in, where you still want to have that pressing movement or approach when you're doing a fly. Like, you feel like my entire, just ripping apart.
It is. And did your chest come off at all?
Just
enough to get it up?
Yeah. So again, to add in the chest-supported dumbbell front raises, this is going to allow us to have a little bit more, I would say, tension on the front delts rather than kind of standing straight up where there's not much tension at all in that rested position. Now, being in a incline position chest support, your full range of motion is going to have a lot more tension there. Plus, it's going to help aid to building that upper part of your chest, even though you're doing a front raise for the front delts as well too. So this is a workout that I put together that was going to both benefit the shoulders and the upper chest, or your pec minor if you want to call it that. But either way, this is what I put together to make sure that, if you're someone who's lacking the upper chest, here's a good routine that you can follow that's going to help not only build your shoulders, but as well help build your chest. And if you're someone that needs to train your chest twice a week, this is how you can put in those extra sets of chest to aid the development of your chest. Now, when we're doing this exercise, again, if you watch my range of motion and my tempo, what I like to do is I don't necessarily need to pull the weight all the way up and then do a slow negative. What I want to do is almost control the weight up so it's in that part where the part of lift where it feels like it's suspended in air. That top part there, that's where I'm really controlling. So I'm not letting it drop. I'm controlling the weight right from the top all the way to the bottom, and then keeping my chest elevated, or keep my shoulders, down still, so my chest kind of pops, so my front delt still continue to have the load on it the entire time. And again, if you see the weight that I'm using, it's not that much. So because you were in this position, the weight's gonna feel that much heavier and that much harder. You can see, Carolyn's chest, the way it's developed, you can see the muscles very clearly. Here, you can probably come
closer?
Yeah, a little bit. And I basically told her to put the weight a little closer so she'd adduct from her shoulders. So that's how you're getting the front delts and the chest working. Yes, you're not doing a fly, so to speak, in terms of shoulder adduction, but we're still keeping the shoulders basically adducted while doing a front raise. So the chest is working in terms of being in a static position to hold the dumbbells in that position, while the shoulders or the front delts do shoulder flexion. And you can see like how I do it myself. The weight's staying very consistent in terms of the width. And then you can see how my chest is engaged and in my front delts. And I'm controlling the weight as it goes up and controlling it down. You can see at the top of the lift, how I don't just let it just drop. I'm controlling it, right? So that's increasing that range of motion, but as well as keeping the muscle engaged the entire time by slowly lowering it, but not dragging it on the way down, if that makes any sense. This is actually one of my favorite exercises to do for front delts and for my chest. All right, now we have a little bit of a technique I'm using here. We're doing a leaning cable lateral raise, and I'm slightly turned almost as if I was doing a quarter turn, right? And when I'm pressing, or I would say pulling the weight out, I'm trying to push the weight away, not necessarily pull the weight up. So you see how I'm trying to push out in a way, not trying to pull the weight up, if that makes any sense, right? So you see the way I'm holding the weight, I'm twisting my body in a way where I'm basically increasing the range of motion that stretch at the bottom. And then when I'm pushing the weight, I'm trying to touch the other side of the room. I'm not necessarily trying to pull my hands up to the ceiling. I'm trying to push my arm in the furthest direction away from my body and then up. And that's gonna increase that range of motion, plus make your delts feel the weight that much more. I'm not gonna mention how Carolyn basically mogged me the last exercise, just saying. And then basically just finishing with some basic tricep extensions with the rope. These are some ropes I found online. They're called the Hex Ergo. They're I'm not sponsored by them at all. They're really good, love them. But again, just keeping it super basic, right? Now I'm always gonna make the point to Carolyn here that I always want the forearms to touch the biceps to get the full range of motion. So when the weight's coming up, you can see how my forearm always touches my biceps, so I get a full stretch in my triceps. But then at the same time, I'm always pushing my elbows to the floor to avoid my shoulders elevating. So think of when you're doing this exercise that your elbows are always trying to push to the floor. That's gonna help to press your shoulders. So at the end of your set, when things are getting hard, you're not relying on your traps to engage, pull your shoulders up, then yank it down. This allows you to keep the tension on the triceps the entire time, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed the exercise, guys. Again, for more videos like this, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.